welcome back to my channel. Today is a long awaited video. It is my basement makeover webisode. This has been a long time coming. This is something that I've wanted to do pretty much since we moved in, and I've just been putting it off and off, and the problem has got bigger and bigger and bigger, and it's just been one of those projects where it's taken till now, like, this house needs a serious reshuffle. And it all started with the basement because a lot of the stuff that we want to do with the rest of the house involves finding storage elsewhere, and the basement really was a space that wasn't being utilised properly, and that's the whole point of this makeover, was to spend the money that was needed and the time and the effort to get it into a place whereby everything could be stored, and that would free up other situations in the house to make over. To kind of explain the layout of my house and where this basement lives, obviously it lives below the house, obviously, but it is the door off my kitchen. So if you were to come through our kitchen door, there is a door immediately to your left, and that it leads to our utility room, as I'm calling it, because that's where our washing machine lives, and then there's straight concrete steps down to the basement. It's pretty much the same size as the living room because that's where it kind of leads into and everything like that. It's a Victorian cellar basement area, so it's where previously coal was kept, and obviously it would be cool enough to refrigerate meats and stuff down there. So it's got a lot of, it's an interesting space. It's also a space where you can see people have tried to do stuff before, so lots of old paint on the walls that is seriously peeling off, a lot of damp damage down there, a lot of unfinished things as well, like there's a whole plank of wood missing from the ceiling where clearly someone just needed to get access and didn't think to finish it off. And like I said, from day one when we moved in, a lot of stuff got dumped down there, so much so that a lot of like old cardboard boxes that were holding stuff really disintegrated. So it was, like I said, a long time coming. It needed its makeover moment. So the goal of the makeover, like I said, are the spaces that we want to use in the home. If I was to point out my two Monica cupboards in my home, it would be the attic room and this basement. The attic room is technically the second bedroom, but there's only two of us here, so we never used it. We tried to use it during the pandemic as a home office for myself when I was being made to work from home, and even that short amount of time I just hated being up there because of all the mess that was up there, but there was nowhere else for it to go because, like I said, every junk bit was downstairs. I wanted a space where I had everything organised and it could house a lot of the stuff upstairs, downstairs, and more importantly as well, it was space to grow. My main thing was I didn't want to fill up this space straight away and have nothing left over, so I want some leftover shelving so that we can grow, because we're going to be in this house for a little bit longer, so we really wanted it to kind of accommodate for the next coming years, whatever is around the corner. So the main things to tackle with this project is getting rid of that old paint and giving the walls a new lease of life, really clearing out the floor, getting rid of all the rubbish and having a real big Marie Kondo moment of what we're keeping and what we're not keeping, and then utilising on the IKEA shelving that we already had and then further expanding it to the rest of the room, and also just making it look a bit pretty so it's actually pleasing to the eye. There we go. Good morning everyone. Today is the day. We are up early. I am in sweats. We are ready to start clearing out the cellar. I have done 2 trips. I wasn't allowed to book another one, otherwise I'd have gone for 3 or 4, but 2 trips today, one in about half an hour, another in an hour and a half. We're gonna just literally cram the car as much as possible with the stuff downstairs. So let me show you what the state of it is right now before we finally start clearing everything out. So I can't believe I'm actually showing you this, but this is the door in the kitchen. You may have seen it with all this. You open it up to this lovely dumping ground, washing machine, everything like that. But the piece de resistance is down here. Ugh, you can just see what a state it is. There's so much junk in here. We have just got to clear out as much as possible. So yeah, this is going to be a moment. And then once we've cleared it out, I can just establish what's happening with the paint in here, everything like that. So should we do a transformation? Okay, 3, 2, 1. So it's actually the next day after clearing out the cellar. We did our 2 trips and then I cracked on with some other DIY jobs you probably would have seen if you follow me on Instagram, like I was cracking on with some work for our coffee shop business and all that jazz. I'm in sweats today again, hence the egghead hair, but I can't be asked to wash it just because, you know, I'm putting my face on camera. This is what I look like normally in between hair washes. But I've got one final tip run. I'm hoping it's the final tip run, although I do think there'll be a couple of other tip runs to do later on once I start getting into the other stuff. But this is like the final tip run for the major bulky stuff that needs moving. I also have an idea of exactly what I want to do down there in terms of sorting out the basement and everything. So let me take you on a tour downstairs and show you where we got to, what needs doing, and then let me talk you through my ideas as to what we're going to do to... But yeah, I don't want to say beautiful because it's never going to be a room that is like going to be constantly on my feed, but I want it to be a place to be livable, and I have some ideas. So let me take you on a tour downstairs and let me show you what I've got, where I'm going with everything, and then yeah, let's go from there. So let's take you around. Okay, down the stairs we go. So you can see what a difference cleaning it out has made. So before, you couldn't even really step in this area, it was all built up, all that. We had these like weird plastic crates that were left like here and here. We don't know who by, probably the previous tenants. But yeah, by getting rid of them, we have gained half a square metre of footage, which is quite an achievement. So the final bits to do are these planks of wood here that I discovered randomly that were like hidden behind sort of the, whatever rubbish was left previously. This old IKEA wardrobe fiasco that needs to get rid of. But yeah, these 2 planks of wood, these paint tins need going, and then hopefully I can get rid of this shelf because it is hanging on for dear life. And then let's talk about the walls. So you can kind of see from the walls, not even kind of, it's very obvious that there is a damp problem in the cellar. This is a Victorian cellar. I don't know what paint was used on here previously, but it's definitely not been a breathable paint, or it's been on there that long that it needs fixing up again. So you can see a test patch here where I've just had a go, and some of it has scraped off quite easily. So my thinking is I'm going to scrape it all back. I'm not going to do anything too drastic to get rid of, like, you know, because it's not our house, but I want to just get the walls breathing again. So that is my plan of attack. I'm not gonna lie, I hate showing this room anywhere. Like, I don't even let guests look at it. But a lot of the feedback that I got from people on Instagram was that you actually want to see a real video like this to see what you can do. I think a lot of people, especially in the UK, have these types of situations, especially in older Victorian homes where there's just unfinished things and you don't know what to do. But yeah, I think even though it's not pretty content, I think it's worth providing you guys with the knowledge, because I can't imagine how many homes were like same as us. We've had this space that's just gone unused because we never want to be in it, and I just think how much square footage, especially in a rental home that is always lacking storage, like how long we've gone without using that space. I have waffled on for enough. I'm avoiding the inevitable of pulling around my car and loading it up. But it's time, so I'm gonna put on my gloves to protect my manny, and I'm gonna load up the car, so I will pick you up in a bit. Since I last spoke to you guys, but a lot has happened. We've completely cleared out the basement to the point where we only have one piece of furniture because we can't be bothered to take it upstairs to bring it back down again, so we're just working around that piece. Also, apologies right now for the noise. We have the washing machine going. We are going away to London this weekend, so we are in full prep mode, which is why we are down here today at like 8 o'clock in the morning, ready to get this bit sorted so that we can sort of go away for the weekend and come back and complete what we've got to do. So what we've done down here, like I said, completely cleared everything out. We've also given the floors an industrial clean. We got this Flu outdoor liquid stuff. I will show you a clip of it. Where basically you mix it with 19 parts water to 1 part and you clean it out. It has a smell to it, but it's lifted a lot of the dirt up, as well as just hard labour of sweeping and dusting and all that jazz. The floor's never going to be 100%. Like, I can see a difference. I always think, like, when people see it, they're like, there's no difference to as it was, but I can see a difference, and it's just a lot cleaner in here than it was before. I've ordered a rug, an outdoor rug, to go down here, which I really just wanted to get a rug because I wanted something that felt warm and inviting down here, because we're keeping some like food stuff down here and everything like that. I really wanted it to be a space that, you know, we probably will be coming in here like a couple of times a week, so I wanted it just nice to come into. I also wanted something that meant we could cover the floors and it'd be easier to clean, like if dust got around and everything like that. So I went for an indoor rug from John Lewis. So that's going to be great because it will work in this space where, you know, damp is an issue. So what are we doing today? We are doing the painting down here. I've got exterior brick paint, which I figured would be the best here because it's water resistant, it's breathable paint, it would be perfect for these bricks. Lee is going to join me in a bit. He's just prepping everything now. The idea is we're going to just do this section. I've explained on my Instagram stories about the top part of it, which I was always going to do as a separate project anyway. Our plan is to paint 2 coats, maybe 3, but I think 2 will be more than enough in here, and then leave it to dry for the next weekend while we're away, so that by the time we get back on the bank holiday, we should be in a good enough position that we can sort of just do the boxing out of these bits, which is still something I'm figuring out, but definitely want to do some form of like box to keep them covered, but still accessible, because obviously it's the electric meter and everything like that. And then after that's done, it'll just be getting the racking and building in and storage boxes. So that's the next kind of bit of everything, but for now we're painting. So let me go and grab Lee, who will have all the painting supplies, and I'll show you what paint we're using. If you're interested, then yeah, we'll get started. Okay, let's not trip over the box. So I'm taking a quick break to talk about where I am at the moment. It's been maybe a week, maybe a couple of days. I've honestly lost track of time where we are with this makeover. But I thought I'm coming on here to give you a bit of an update because things are slightly changing and this room is ever evolving, etc, etc. So where are we at the moment? As you can see, I have been building furniture for the past couple of hours. I'm actually going to go and take a break to have some food because I am starving, absolutely starving. In terms of DIY projects, I've built the cabinets, they're looking great. They have still to put the doors on, which is something I'm not doing just yet because I haven't got the paint. I ordered the paint and I'm still waiting for the paint to come, so fingers crossed that comes soon, because literally that's the bit that I need to do. There's a DIY that I need to do with building out the window, which I'll show you guys, but it shouldn't take too long at all. So whilst there's this gap, I've just been kind of getting on with the racking and everything like that, because I figured I can build up, say, behind me, start moving everything out from the living room and getting it in place, and then like the racking that you're on, which is covering part of the cupboard that I need to paint, I can just move out really quickly when I need to paint and then put it back in again. There are a couple of things that are out of stock at IKEA. One of them I've now learned is last chance to buy, and it's sold out everywhere, so I don't think I'm actually going to get that piece at all. So I had to rethink everything, which I'll talk you through in a bit. The other is the shelves. So I've got plenty of shelves for the 89cm bits, but I need the 42cm bits, which only affects the tower in front of me and the tower to the side of me. I think that's it. So I do have to go back to IKEA at one point. I'm hoping that it will be this week. We shall see. I did a poll on my Instagram stories, which if you guys aren't following me on Instagram, link down below, or go find me at An Edited Lifestyle, because you'll see a lot of these sneak peeks and previews of what's going on before anybody else. So just plugging it out there, like if you want to catch a bit of the DIY content and makeover content before you see the big videos, make sure you're following me there to go and see it. Where was I going with this? Yes, that was it. On my on my Instagram stories, I did a poll about when you guys wanted to see this makeover, because originally looking at certain stuff, there were things that weren't going to be available until like October, and I didn't want to wait. And the reason for me making this video was because a lot of you said you wanted to see a makeover like this, because even though it's not a pretty space, a lot of you have spaces like this. You wanted to see how I did it and everything. So I asked the question of, listen, do you want me to wait until it's completed, or do you just want to see it as soon as possible? Overwhelmingly, all of you said you wanted to see it as soon as possible. So whatever state it is I'm in at the end of the week in terms of stock availability and that lot, I'm hoping the shelves are just going to come back and I can quickly nip to IKEA. If not, I'm just going to have to go with it and present it as it is and follow up with part 2 later and everything, because you guys want the content, so I'm delivering. Anywho, like I said, it's slowly building, slowly organising, getting the DIYs done once things become available. Let me talk you through the configuration that we have, what was being planned and what is happening, mainly as a mental checklist for myself of what I need to buy, because I'm realising there's certain things that I need to grab as and when. So let me talk you through the room. So this is the room so far with everything. I've had the laptop on watching Real Housewives as I filmed. Already I'm kind of seeing how much storage we've got in here, and I'm gutted that we didn't do this like a lot sooner, because could have saved myself a lot of pain organising this stuff out. So this is kind of it at the moment. So these are the boxes, like I said, no doors on them just yet until I paint them. So let me start this side of the room because this bit's a lot easier to explain. So we've got the racking here. I'm not sure what's going under here just yet. Deciding as when I go, which, to let you guys know, there will be a separate video where I'm going to be organising everything and kind of showing you how I organise the basement. So you'll kind of see, probably after this makeover, exactly how I used everything and what my thought process was behind it. So that's coming. But like I said, unknown mystery racking, but it's there. I've got this section here, which is definitely going to become the pantry section. So all the kind of surplus of food, cleaning products, toilet paper, all that. It's going to be on here nice, which will be great. Of course, champagne rack. So you can see here, this is the 42 section. So to kind of give you an idea, the Ivar shelves are 89 centimetres by 30. You can get 50, but I've gone 30. And then there's the 42 shelves. So these are the things, when I say 42 and 89, this is what I mean. So no 42 shelves in stock. So this is what I need here. So this is what we're waiting on. So that's that bit there. If I hang over, there's a bit more racking here. Again, mystery racking, but these need 42s. And then here is going to be the gardening situation, which was going to be 42, but I now think the 89s can fit on here. So after lunch, I'm gonna make this up and just see, basically match that. And I think it can fit, but you can kind of see, if I can sneak in, there's like a little bit of an uneven floor situation, so it might not work, but it might, so we shall see. And then let me turn around and I'll show you the next bit. Okay, I'm in the corner. So this is the section here that has been having a bit of reconfiguration. I'm already loving how much storage there is with this corner unit and everything like that. I got these recycle bins because we really wanted to sort out the recycling situation. Originally they were here as a tour free, but it sort of blocked the entrance, and I still need to figure out what I'm doing with Lee's bike, which I think will kind of go more here. So I made this little situation up, so clearly I need another one just to kind of keep it even, which is fine. Plenty of stuff to, or you know, recycle and everything, so I'll have fun with that. This I think is going to become basement storage as and when. So like I said in that organising video, you'll probably see kind of the thought process of how I've got plenty of shelves to put in these, and I can always get more, but I just need to see groupings of everything before I start to decide how I'm going to configure. And I also have to get a lot of the really useful boxes and wicker baskets and stuff just to organise everything. This section here is the bit that I'm trying to figure out. So this box here is a metal cabinet that has a lock, and this was what I was going to use to kind of lock away anything that was dangerous or anything like that, you know, in case, I don't know why kids would be down here, but you know, in case a cat or a kid ran down here and suddenly started playing around. Anywho, so the cabinet's going to go here because it can fit in just nicely with that shelving and not block the doors to the gas meter. It'll probably come up, well, it will come up to that height there. So I need another one of these. This was a miscalculation, which is fine. Errors are made. Here was where the work table was going to go, but obviously the work table is not happening anymore, but this still can be somewhat of a workshop. I've got kind of benches, which because of the flooring, there's a gap there, so those bracket things can fit behind there and I can grab them as and when I need. This situation, I've put the shelf here for the moment and I'm going to put another one here, but I think I'm going to take the shelf up, and in IKEA there are these wooden boxes on wheels. I will insert a picture here to show you what I'm talking about, and I think this would be a good thing to get for my kind of spare bits of wood. I have loads of kind of scrap wood that I don't want to get rid of because you never know what projects you need, so I think if I got those I can put everything in there and just pull it out as and when I need bits, so looking into that. And then I think I'm just going to use a mixture of shelving bits and these metal drawers to organise all like kind of screws and parts and everything, but the metal drawers were sold out, so again, could be seen in the final reveal, could be waiting until they're in stock. So yeah, this is the bit that kind of pushed the plan with the table not being available, but I think we're getting there. So in terms of progress and how everything is going, I'm really, really excited about it. Like I said, a few things out of stock, but you can't help these things, but the vision is now, I'm at that stage now where the vision is coming to life and it's even better than I thought it would be, and I'm just so relieved that like this is going to create so much room, particularly upstairs for us, and it's just going to be a nice space. And yeah, it's not 100% completed and looking pretty as I would want it to be, but it is doable, and yeah, it's nice to be in here now. Like I've been here for a couple of hours now working on this stuff and I don't feel like, just get me out of here kind of thing. Like I've been like, you know, almost chilling down here. This could just be like our little cave for Lee and I if we ever need to get away from each other, like, because it's actually all right down here now that we've done the deep clean and scraped everything and cleaned everything up. So the vision, the end is in sight, and I'm very happy about it. Oh, hi everyone. So I'm sitting down for this bit because we are literally at the finishing line. In my timeline of when I hope to release this video and show you off the makeover, we are 2 weeks out, so we are literally at the end. So I thought it'd be great to sit down with you and just chat through with how things are going with this basement makeover. Also just to regather my thoughts, because I've yet to edit this video. So I've been doing clips here, there and everywhere, and because it's just been a bit of a while, it's just all muddled up in here. So this is more for my benefit than yours, but you guys might appreciate it too. So as I said, we are pretty much done. The only thing I have to do DIY-wise, I can't say that word today, DIY-wise, The only DIY I have to do is the cabinet boxes that I did for our electrical and gas box. I simply just have to paint them, attach the hinges and attach the latches to keep them closed and everything like that. It's something I've just been putting off because it's obviously, it's not a hassle to paint, but it's one of those things whereby our house is tiny, so like I have to obviously paint the doors like in the kitchen, and then that kind of writes off the kitchen for the entire day while they're drying and everything like that. So it's just been one of those things where I've had so much work to do outside of this makeover that I just thought, just going to leave it for a little bit. As you can see, we are in our scruffs today. We are going to be doing some painting because it's just time to get it over and done with, and yeah, it's now or never to kind of get it sorted and everything like that. I'm going to be painting today. I'm hoping they will be done by this evening, and then I can just attach them this evening, and then pretty much after that it is just finishing touches, storage time. I've already started. What you guys may or may not have seen on Instagram and maybe in a few clips, again, can't remember if I filmed it or not, but if I have, I will reinsert the footage here. But basically all this here was blocked off completely. We had like our garden furniture that we couldn't store outside because it was too bulky. I had this gorgeous piece of furniture, an old bureau that was here that I was waiting to swap out our old desk for, because that's where it's now going to live, in our living room. And then it was just piles and piles of like tools, equipment, DIY things, just everything that was in the basement was up here. You just couldn't get to the front door. So it was one of those things where I was living with such mess, and it got to the point where I just thought, I need a bit of calmness in my living room so I can switch off in the evening. So pretty much after the IKEA trip and when I started setting up the iVar system, from the get-go, I just started moving everything DIY downstairs. So everything's down there. I'm going to talk you through kind of the organisation, but I will obviously be going into a bit more detail about that in another video of how I organise things. But yeah, it's already kind of started. Half the room is pretty much there and dusted. So the half that I've left is obviously the pantry, because that involves moving out one unit completely in order to paint the electrical box, so that's why I haven't moved that stuff. And then the other bit to move is the stuff upstairs in the attic. So it's a whole kind of little organisation job that I need to do, and I've been putting off, if I'm honest, putting off, because it's just like, head can't take it. So yeah, these are the things to do. So once the painting's done, once the latch is done, it is literally just me and my willpower just to start organising and get stuff down there. I am still waiting on some IKEA bits. I think I spoke about in the previous clips that there were a couple of things that were out of stock at the moment. One of the things is actually never coming back into stock, which actually worked out better, and I'll explain and I'll show you down below once we go downstairs. But the one final thing that I'm waiting for is the smaller shelves, the shorter ones, the 42s, not the 89s. So they're the final thing that I need to get. Sorry, my voice is breaking for some reason. It's like the first time I've spoken to anyone. Let me just take a cuppa. So yes, as I was saying, it's the 42 shelves I'm waiting on. They are non-existent apart from one place, which I'm not gonna lie, it's about an hour and a half, 2-hour drive from me. And I'm contemplating whether or not just to do it, because it is literally the last thing. If it was more stuff, I probably would just wait until it was available at my local IKEA, but because it's just these two, like this bloody shelf that I need, I'm just thinking, screw it, it's worth just getting it. I'm probably gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna go. I don't know why we're BSing. We're going on a 2-hour, 4-hour trip to go get some shelves, but it'd be worth it. That's everything I need to do, and we are literally in that final stages of everything. Okay, so let's go on a tour. Excuse the noise, it is obviously laundry day. That, squeeze past the laundry basket. All right, let's see where we are, guys. Ta-da! Oh my gosh, she looks so good. Okay, so we know about the boxes. These are the electrical boxes here. Like I said, we just got to paint them. I'm not going to do the inside, I'm just going to do the outside. This little edge here, and then the doors. So yeah, you can see this side set up. This other bit here is waiting for the smaller shelves, as is this bit. This needs a couple of shelves. We've already moved stuff in, like my husband's bike, but you can see little bits. I've just started plotting out where everything's going to go. Obviously not on this side as much, because like I said, didn't want to fill it up to have to take it off again. Definitely on this side though, here you can see, I mean, I might have to just remove a few of these things while I paint, but this is literally all the garden outdoor stuff. This is very much sorted. This side is the piece de resistance. So this side mainly here, this bit not so much, but again, let me explain it for you. So we've got everything pretty much built up, and then everything DIY is sorted. I just have to label everything up, but everything is very much got its own box and nice and neat. Like, these are amazing. Oh, I love it. Here we go. All right, so things to do down here. Paint cabinets. Just remembered, and this is why it was so good to do the walkthrough, I need to build the box out here that is going to hide this ugly little bit, but also provide ventilation. So that is something that I need to do. We'll get that done today. And then paint the doors upstairs and allow them to dry while they're doing so. And then after that bit, it is pretty much styling moments and stuff like that. So yeah, we need to crack on. Let me grab the paint and I'll show you and explain my colour choices for these box units. Okay, so this is the box for the paint that I'm going to paint the units with. I will give you a bit of a close-up of the colour. It is Farrenball's French Grey, and I decided to go for a bit of colour down here because it was becoming very much tan and white, and I just wanted a bit of depth. Let's go upstairs. I'll start on the doors so I can give them time to dry. We've got a plan. We've got a plan for today, guys. We just need to execute it, so let's do it. Okay, we are done with the cupboards. They took a little bit longer than expected due to an unforeseen injury. Don't ask. Go to Instagram if you want to hear the full story about how it happened. But yeah, the cupboards are done. Latches are on there. I'm very impressed with this DIY. I did show it off on Instagram. People were like, oh, you built a cupboard? And I'm like, yeah, I did. So pretty much everything is done, including covering up the hole. I did make out a box cabinet for it, but then I just decided that actually I think just a plain piece of MDF that would fit in that space would do much better. So that is what I went with, although I did paint it the colour of the green so it all matched up. I will use that box cupboard somewhere else, though. I'm not going to waste it, so you should see that hopefully very, very soon in other DIY makeover projects. So during this time also, I've been doing all the organisation and storage and just getting everything into place, and really all that's left to do is just to reveal the makeover to you. So let's do that in 3, 2, 1. My basement makeover. I can't quite describe how proud I am for doing this. This was a tough job. It took almost 8 weeks to complete, albeit I probably could have done it a lot sooner if I weren't so busy with other stuff, but it was a job and a half, and I'm so glad that I did it, because honestly right now this is one of my favourite rooms in my home, and it's not because it's the most beautifully decorated or it's like the best place to hang out. It's just so organised and neat, and it's just very much everything is filed away. So the OCD and the perfectionist inside me is immediately calmed here, because like I said kind of at the beginning of the video, I would come down here and I would absolutely hate like coming into this spot at all, because it just wasn't fun. You couldn't even really walk into it, and I just wanted to shut the door and just forget about it and stuff. Now I'm actually okay. You know, coming down here doesn't feel like daunting anymore. I'm just like, oh my god, everything's here. I can see everything, especially in my little workshop station with all my DIY tools. I'm just very happy with that. So I'm very, you know, I'm proud of me. I'm giving myself points for doing this because I had help, but a lot of this was done all by me, and I'm very proud of me for what I've achieved and everything like that, so plus points. So I do hope you enjoyed this little makeover webisode. Thank you for watching till the end. Let me know if you managed to stick to the end and watch the full thing, because I know this is going to be a beast of a video to watch. The next video coming out will be about how I organise this space. I'm just going to talk to you about the specific bits and everything like that that went into it. I'll be doing a photo tour on the blog tomorrow, so I'll leave a link down below to my website where you can go and see a bit more photo detail. I'll also leave a link down below to my Shop My Basement page. This will be a full-on dedicated space that has every single product that I use to create this space over on there. I know that so many of you were interested in how I organised and how I was going to do it. In fact, when I took the girls around on a little mini tour when we were having dinner the other night, they demanded it. They were like, we want to see it. They were like, all right, you've inspired me, babe, to do something with mine. So I'm leaving all the links for anyone that wants to steal any ideas on storage or anything like that. It's all going to be down there, so do go check it out. So yeah, I do hope again that you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments below which bit's your favourite part, which bits you might be stealing for your makeover. Do like and share this video if anyone would find this useful. Let them know about it. And yeah, like I said, I will be seeing you guys for basement organisation webisode next week, and more DIYs and interior design tips and makeover videos coming to the channel very soon. Remember, we're about to head into autumn, so some decor videos are coming your way. Do hope you enjoyed it. It'd be great to see you guys again, and yeah, have a lovely week, and I will see you guys very soon. Bye!